Ladies and gentlemen, federal workers and injured federal workers, Riverdale Wellness proudly presents to you the Injured Federal Workers Podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody, and how are we today? Dr. Mark Eisen coming to you from the Riverdale Wellness Studios, Bronx, New York City. This is the Injured Federal Workers Podcast, and we're here to help. I ask all of you to subscribe, like, and share so that each and every one of you and your coworkers who work for the federal government learn as much as they can to help themselves out. I hope that's clear. If you have any questions, email them to the Injured Federal Workers Podcast at gmail.com. And you can videotape it and send it over or put it in writing. We'll try to answer all your questions. Okay? So, the topic today is the Ca2a, everyone. You know, the Ca2a, in my opinion, is the most misunderstood form that is out there. And I'm going to get into the basics of it because what I see happening is let's say someone had a previous medical condition and they got hurt on the job again. The supervisor gets them to fill out a Ca2a. Before we even fill out the form, which I won't even show you how to fill it out, okay? I'm saying this to you straight out. Before you fill it out, I'm not even gonna show you how to fill it out. I'm not even gonna show you where to put your name on the paperwork. I want you to read the definition of what a recurrence is. This is the Department of Labor's definition for a recurrence, okay? So let's share the screen, as you know I always do, so that you can see what the form looks like. Here we go. Okay, so we know that it's a Ca2a because it says it right here, and it's titled here, Notice of Recurrence. Let's at least get the definition of what a recurrence is so you know what you're filling out. Instructions for completing form Ca2a. What's the definition? Is the documented need for additional medical treatment after you've been released from treatment for the work-related injury. Continuing treatment for the original condition is not considered a recurrence. So if you're seeing a doctor still to help manage a condition that you had, that is not a recurrence. That's their definition. Let's continue. A recurrence of disability is a work stoppage caused by what? A spontaneous return of the symptoms of a previous injury without intervening cause. That means you don't even know how it started without a cause. So, do you know why your shoulder, back, knee, foot, toe, pinky started to hurt you? If you do know why, then don't fill out a recurrence. Let's just go a little lower down. Maybe that'll be clear. If a new injury or an exposure to the cause of an occupational illness occurs, that means you had even if you had a shoulder problem and you're stacking, casing, post-conning, I don't care what, and the disability or need for medical care results, it's bold letters here, a new form Ca1 or 2 should be filled. This is true even if the new incident involves the same body part as previously affected. I think I just showed each and every one of you why you shouldn't be filling out a recurrence. You should either be filling out a traumatic injury or an occupational disease claim, just because of what's bold print here. So, I hope what I just shared with you is super important, okay? Because what happens if it doesn't fit the definition of a recurrence? What happens to that new injury claim of sorts? What do you think is happening to it? Do you think that case will get approved or denied? Let me just tell you, it won't get approved because it didn't fit the criteria. So if it doesn't fit the criteria for a Ca2a, why would they approve it? Does that make sense to everyone in the audience? I hope it does. I hope it does. So, again, the purpose of these podcasts is to educate, entertain, and inform. I'm just telling you what it says on the paperwork. It says that there has to be without intervening cause. It has to be that if it's a new injury, it's a new injury. So you fill out the appropriate paperwork. I don't have to tell you what the new injury is. I don't want to give you a scenario. Okay, this is not me to coach you on creating a false claim. This is to help you with what is necessary. Okay, that is why these podcasts are out there, to educate you, not to help you become con men. Okay, so we'll be right back after these words from our sponsor.
Are you suffering because you got hurt on the job? Are you struggling to find a doctor who knows how to navigate DOL and OWCP paperwork? Are you aware that when your case gets accepted and your doctor sends you back to work with limitations, and you still need medical care, the Department of Labor will reimburse you for your time that you went for therapy instead of working? If you work for at least 4 hours and then go to a doctor that is an hour away and spend 2 hours doing therapy, that is an equivalent of the 8-hour workday. All you need to do is fill out a Ca2a and a receipt from all your doctors for all your visits that you were there for those appointments. You will then be reimbursed for your time out of work. Please call 718-601-1540 to see if we can help you with the medical paperwork and recover from those injuries, as we have 2 decades worth of experience. And check out our Google reviews.
Paul's Weekly Joke.
So this weasel walks into a bar. The bartender says, "What do you want?" "Pop," goes the weasel.
Are you suffering because you got hurt on the job? Are you struggling to find a doctor who knows how to navigate DOL and OWCP paperwork? Are you aware that when your case gets accepted, you will get reimbursed for all your travel fees? The form that gets filled out is a 957. All you need is a receipt from all your doctors for all your visits that you were there for an appointment. Please call 718-601-1540 to see if we can help you with the medical paperwork and recover from those injuries, as we have 2 decades worth of experience, and check out our Google reviews.
We will end today's episode with do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can, by John Wesley. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Best health and love. Show it to everyone. Have a great weekend.